Welcome to Race Country Cottage, week 16 of our Thai house build. Thanks for joining us this week. So what happened this week? Productivity wasn't what it should have been thanks to the rain. So on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday was pretty well a washout. Heavy rains all day. Roofing team got here on Thursday and Friday, but it was a washout again today, Saturday, so they got some things done. Inside there's been some work on electricals and finishing off some pouring of concrete on the tops of walls. So it's been an interesting week, not as productive as I would have liked, but it is what it is. Took a trip to Mukdahan to look at Home Pro and Thai Watsadu and a few other places to look at SPC flooring, because a couple of flooring colors we picked with our builder, one's no longer being supplied, so we have to find something else as an alternative. So anyway, we've got lots of time before that's needed, so I've been playing with house paint colors for the externals and trying to find some flooring that we like. Anyway, come along and join me. This week's video is a bit short, simply because the work, it wasn't that much work, so it wasn't a lot to cover. Anyway, give you a flavor of what happened this week. Come along, and thanks very much for joining me. Cheers. Like previously, they've got some formwork up to pour concrete. This is the utility room. And then they were leveling the window to make it even with the sliding door. We didn't like what was there before. We moved on to electrical plans. So there's a need to put in the conduit into the walls and electrical boxes. So our contractor came along with the blueprints and we moved around the house room to room, looking at the blueprints and confirming where plugs are needed to go. Here it's being marked out by the foreman. You can see this is what they do. They mark it on the walls. Shows 2 power points and a land point. And they got a land and 4 power points in this drawing, and land and 2 power points here in this drawing. So, and then we added a couple of lights over doors. You can see we took a picture and sent it to the builder. They then used this grinder tool on a stick to drill the blocks and the concrete to make channels, chases, to put the pipes in. So they put it in about 2 or 3 centimeters into the wall. They chisel it out, you'll see in a minute. So this is what he's done. These are the 2 channels he's created. And then one of the other guys comes along with a chisel and he chisels out the concrete, as you can see, to make this chase or channel in the wall. You can see the box at the bottom, the electrical box for a plug on the wall, and then a chiseled out column to put the pipe in. Here you can see it again. There's a channel for a box, and clearly the box there. And this is them just at work again, creating some plugs for on the kitchen counter that will eventually go in here. So they're going to have the power come down the wall at one point, down to a plug, and then along the wall. And this is in the lounge room, starting to put plugs in. Noisy job, very noisy, very loud, very dusty. And safety first, they wrap a towel over their mouths for dust protection. Nothing very sophisticated, but it works. There's a lot of points to cover. So once the holes are ready, they install the conduit, yellow conduit, in the wall, and then connect the electrical boxes. As you can see here, they're prepared with the pipe coming out to connect to the conduit, and then they're put in the walls like such, and they're mortared or concreted in to the hole they created. This will be all plastered over, and all you'll see is in the end is the electrical box, very neat and tidy. We then asked our builder to bring us some samples of the aluminum windows he uses because we hadn't actually seen them. So he showed up and brought a couple of small windows so we could see the structure and robustness of the window. And we were pretty happy with that. We had PVC before, but we're going to go with aluminum in this house. Suits what we need and will do the job, I'm sure. So then the rest of the week was looking for the roofing team to finish the gable vents on the house. So they were off on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, simply due to rain, but they did show up on Thursday and continue on with their job of welding up the metal framework in the gable area and putting the wooden screened vents in. And here's just some video of them working up at heights. So they have their scaffolding up so they can get up on the roof now. And they have a temporary brace system, just a couple of pieces of metal that they weld together so they can walk from the scaffolding up to the gable area. Pretty nimble on their feet at height. Obviously not afraid of heights. So as you can see, they have the welded framework together, and then they mount the wooden gable vent into that framework, and then they drill through the metal into the wood to hold it securely in place, as you can see here. So it's not going to go anywhere. So the next step in building the gable vent is the sheer wood cladding that goes in. You can see here the claddings going in around the vent. So sheer wood is a kind of cement fiber board, robust. Measure and cut it to the required length to complete the look of the gable. It all looks very tidy and neat, as you can see. And you can see the eaves are open there yet. They'll be closed in eventually by the team that does the ceilings. And they'll put eaves in around that, and it'll all be 100% sealed. Nothing can get in. So we had a second company out to look at air conditioning to give us a quotation. It's a local company in Tatpernum, so did a site survey, discussed the requirements, and look forward to his quote, hopefully sometime this week. The build team also started to prepare the walls for rendering, which will be the next step in the process. So they, using string lines from the corner beads, they then put markers on the wall to the depth that the render will have to go. I think it's 1.25 centimeters deep, the render on the wall. I thought this was just a picture of the string line, and that's the markers on the wall, 1.25 out, and they match up nicely with the corner beads on the doors and windows on the edges, as you saw in previous videos. And then the other thing they started to do is put mesh between the QCon blocks or the ACC blocks over the concrete beams for the render to adhere to, and to make sure it's a strong and sturdy application. And here you can just see the technician is putting the mesh on. They use nails to hold the mesh in, and they bend the nail over into the AAC block so it's smooth, and of course the render goes over it to hide it all. That's the Thai method to ensure that the render adheres properly and sticks and doesn't crack. Just applying it around the door of the bedroom. It goes out to the back porch. And the other fella, he's sort of fixed this window up. He's putting the render bead back in, so it's ready to accept the render application, which I suspect will happen later in this coming week. So once the electricals are in, the mesh is up where it needs to be, then the team will be able to start rendering, which will make the house look like something. So a first load of steel also arrived, and that's for the back porch and carport roof, which will be a metal roof. And here you can see the roofing team were cutting off the posts at the back porch and welding the plate on top to accept the metal. They had to cut it down, so the ceiling height of the back porch will be 2.5 meters, where the house interior is 2.9 meters. And it's the sloping metal blue scope color bond roof with some insulation underneath it to keep the noise down. So as you saw in earlier videos doing the roof, they make sure the column plate is level before they weld it in place. So it's just 3 columns on the back porch and 4 columns around in the carport storage area for them to do. So working away across the afternoon on Friday, they ended up with all the plates on the 3 spots. So on Saturday, we took ourselves to Mukdahan to have a look at Home Pro and then Global House to look at SPC flooring, because the one we selected with our builder is no longer available, so we're just looking at some other brands and getting some ideas. Also picked up some paint because we're starting to play with paint colors for the exterior of the house, and painting some test boards to work out what we think we like and what it looks like in the various at the various times of day in terms of sunlight. And so it's always a challenge. I mean, inside building a house, there's all the decorating and stuff that has to be done. So trying to make decisions on floorings and tilings and paintings and air conditioning, and keeps you also busy as well as watching the build. That's just some paint colors that we've been testing out. We're looking for a light color and a black trim, so just about how dark and how light. Then we finished up the week with a site survey by a CCTV company from Nakhon Phanom, who looked at our plan, going to give us a quote hopefully next week. So that's it for another week, and I'll leave you with a few shots of the house on a glorious Sunday. The sun's out shining, and it's a nice warm and sunny day. Next week we expect the team will have put in all the electricals and got the mesh work done, and hopefully start to do some render along with some putting in of the eaves so the roof team can finish off their work with the porch and the garage. Anyway, thanks for joining and seeing what we've got up to this week, and look forward to sharing with you next Sunday what the coming week has to in store. Cheers, bye.